This is Pat Hammond from the Business Guild with the weekly newsletter for Monday, May 1st. This week, I want to talk about how to feel happy and successful. I attended a crime writers conference last week, and a writer named Sophie Hannah hosted a session called How to Be a Successful and Happy Writer. And this got my attention because a lot of writers are plagued by angst and doubt. And I thought, well, maybe there'd be some useful tips that anyone can use. I mean, we've all been there, right? Imposter syndrome is not new, but at least for me, it seems like it's getting worse between a general sense of isolation and an increasing pressure to measure up to some impossible standard. A lot of people I meet seem like they're really struggling to achieve happiness or feel successful. And to be honest, it really doesn't have to be that way. Sophie's presentation focused on 3 simple steps for how to feel happy and successful. And even though they were geared towards writers, I thought this information could really be applied to any activity. So with that in mind, let's jump right in with step number 1. Define what happiness and success look like. I mean, this is so obvious, right? But how many of us actually do it? I mean, have you ever done it? Do you define success as money or time? Does it require you to have a nice house, lose 50 pounds, or be in a relationship? It's up to you to define what happiness and success look like. And yes, that definition is going to change over time. Once you have your definition of success, move on to step 2. Stop devaluing intermediate successes. Life's a journey. There are a lot of small steps that you're going to have to take to get from point A to point B. And this is something we see all the time in sports. Every team wants to win the championship, but before they get there, they have to win a lot of games. They have to beat division opponents to get to the playoffs. Then they have to compete in the conference championship before they can move to the big game. Each of these victories brings them closer to their goals, and they are achievements worth celebrating. So when you're starting to feel like nothing ever goes your way, or it's taking way too long to reach that brass ring you're looking for, think about all of those intermediate victories and take a minute to celebrate them. And finally, step 3 is to embrace a happiness mindset. Now, I know this one sounds a little woo-woo, but it's not. Trust me, this is actually based on neuroscience. It may not seem like it, but we control our inner monologue. Therefore, we are able to choose positive thoughts over critical ones. Sophie called this thought auditions. In the presentation, she compared choosing our thoughts to choosing actors in a play. Any thought that wants to try out is welcome, but it's your job as the director to cast the best possible thought and decline the ones that don't measure up. This means you have to be an active participant in your thoughts to adopt a happiness mindset. For example, you know you worked hard to get the skill and experience that resulted in signing that big new client. It was an achievement, not luck. That means you can choose to decline the inner voice that says you're a fraud and accept the one that celebrates the win. And I know this sounds like an effort, but mindset is learned behavior. All it takes is a conscious effort to challenge the negative thoughts and allow yourself to embrace the positive ones. Even better, after a while, your brain is going to start recognizing your wins for what they are and stop downplaying your successes. As Sophie said, happiness and success are not created by circumstance. It's entirely created by your own thoughts. Follow these 3 steps and you will be well on your way to recognizing and experiencing the happiness and success you deserve. Have a great week, people.